Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm hoping if you're watching this video you have already gotten an admit, so congratulations on that. Big deal. I can't wait to see you all in the US. So this video was shot in Pune when I was doing the March meetups, and I sat down with the person who handles business development for Prodigy, that is Pratish Nair. I was thinking to make an extensive video, but this video clip in itself is a wholesome video. So we talked about international lenders, what kind of interest rates and benefits Prodigy have, and this is that video. I hope you find this useful. Full disclosure here, I took out a loan in 2017 from State Bank of India. I had a collateral, they were giving me better rates. One thing which I emphasize, and Pratish will also emphasize later in the video, is that taking out a loan is a big deal, so do not rush things. Obviously compare interest rates from all of the lenders. I think it is very useful, and choose the one which is best for you. I hope this will be useful, and let's just get into the video. Pratish, do you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Pratish Nair. I'm a part of the Prodigy finance team. I currently work in the business development department here in India, and super excited to be here.
Pratish, I have 6 to 7 questions for you, and I have all of them written down here because you can't miss these questions at all. So if you had to walk me through the whole process on how it works if I want to apply for a loan, right? If I'm a student who is going for fall right now, how does that process work out?
Perfect. So a couple of things, and I think it's a very valid question. So Prodigy Finance's loan product is global, right? So if you have an active internet connection and a laptop or a mobile phone, you can go ahead and do the process. You never really need to meet anyone in person. And the only eligibility or the prerequisite to a Prodigy Finance loan is attending a top ranked program globally, right? So
how do you decide if it is a top ranked program or not?
So if you were doing an MS in the US, we look at the top 100 universities as per the US News and World Report rankings. If you were going to do an MBA program, we look at the Financial Times MBA rankings. And as long as the program is listed on there, we would be able to support it.
Right. So as per my knowledge, Prodigy doesn't require either a collateral or a cosigner.
That's right. And
Can you tell me how does that work out, that you don't require a cosigner when all the other banks or institutions require one?
Perfect. So we have a credit risk assessment model, and since you're applying to a top school or top 100 school, right, we really eliminate the need to have a collateral or cosigner because the university or the school has made the decision that you're worthy enough to be in the class. And we understand what your postmaster's potential would be after your degree. Right. So we really make sure that collateral and cosigner is not a hindrance while applying for finances.
Okay, so it's a credit risk assessment.
That's right.
Perfect. So there are a couple of processing fees which are involved every time. That's like 1%, 1.5%. How does that processing fees work with the Prodigy loan? If I'm going right now, how much extra would I have to pay?
Perfect. I think that's a really interesting question, and it's a very important one. So we're very transparent when we put our offering upfront. We only have one admin fee, right? So it's only one fee, which is 2.5% of your approved loan amount. So for example, if you were borrowing $40,000 USD, your one-time admin fee would be $1,000, right? And this is built into the loan, as in we paid upfront, and it's then added to your loan account. And what is not considered here, or what's not applicable, is we don't have any sanction letter charges, we don't have any insurance charges, and neither do we have any conversion charges, because we disperse in a global currency, that's euros, pounds, or US dollars.
If for example, for I-20 I need a sanction letter.
Correct.
Are you correct? Right, that is a mandatory thing. Now for the visa interview as well, I need a loan sanction letter.
That's right.
So am I eligible to get a sanction letter before applying for my I-20, to apply for my I-20?
Perfect. So I'm going to talk a bit about the process on how it works. There are 3 segments to the entire online process, right? So first is the candidate would be aware on the top 5 or top 7 schools you would be applying for. So you can start an application online. It takes 20 to 30 minutes per application, and the minute you hit submit, you get a loan quote or a commitment free quote. This is also known as a provisional offer.
Perfect.
Right? So you'll get 5 provisional offers for the 5 schools that you tend to apply, and you don't need to be having an admit at this time.
Right.
This is super important for the candidate to understand his or her financial capability in terms of borrowing.
Okay.
Right?
Right. So I can get a sanction letter before applying for I-20 if I'm approved.
So you get your provisional letter.
Right.
Right. So that's basically gonna talk about all your loan terms, the rate of interest,
Right.
The loan amount, the tenure, your monthly installments. You choose one of those.
Okay.
You upload 4 simple documents.
Right.
And then you get your sanction letter. That would be the second part.
Oh, okay. So first you get a provisional, then you get a sanction letter.
Correct. Because we want you to understand.
We understand. Yeah. Everybody understand that sanction letter is literally saying that yes, we have approved your loan.
That's right.
That's the final thing.
Perfect. And this you can use for your I-20 and your visa processes, and it's completely free. At least the part of this process, there's no charges to it.
Okay. So the admin fee is there once there's disbursement?
That's right. That would be the third part. So you have your first part, which is your provisional offer, your second part, which is your confirmed loan letter, and the third part is your agreement, which happens outside the home country. So probably when you're landing in the country of study, you sign it electronically, and that's where it becomes legally and financially binding. So you're not really getting yourself committed to the loan till the very last minute from your end.
Okay.
So you have the flexibility to either change the loan amount, or let's say if you could not do your master's due to unforeseen circumstances, you can always just withdraw, and then you're not attached.
So there's no admin fee on you until and unless that happens.
Sign the agreement.
Yes, perfect.
That's right.
Awesome. That is something. So the loan repaying period, which is usually 15 years in some cases, how does that work with Prodigy?
Perfect.
Mine, I remember mine is 8 years. I have to repay my loan within the 8 years after my study period, which is studying grace.
So we have 4 tenures. That's 7, 10, 15, and up to 20 years in some cases.
Okay.
The beauty is, let's say if I was going for an MS program in the US and I got 15 years, I would probably say stick to that, because Prodigy loans are assessed on something called a total debt burden. You have one, I have one. So we really assess how you can make payments. And let's say you have 15 years, but you want to prepay it in 7 years. You could do that, because there's no prepayment penalties on making lump sum payments or paying earlier than the tenure. So the 15-year whatever period you get is really to, safeguard you. And if you are in the circumstance where you can make earlier payments or more payments, feel free to do so, and there are no payments.
And there's no penalty on the early payment?
Absolutely. There are no penalties on prepayments. That's during your study and grace period. And there are no penalties even if you make higher repayments after your study and grace period.
Right. So I'm sure you might be aware of it. There's a margin money concept.
Correct.
In this industry where, let's say I'm only qualified for 70% of the loan and 30%, I'll have to actually submit to the bank to get those 70% out.
You mean transfer the remaining 30% to the bank?
Yes, to the bank. It will be transferred back to me, but they just need to see that the money is transferred from India to my US account. How does that work out with Prodigy?
So, it's a great question, and I think it's slightly different with us. So let's just take an MS in the US, right? Where our funding cap is up to 100% cost of attendance for the program. That's living plus tuition.
Right.
So let's say if the borrower wants to apply for 80% funding, what we require is to show us the remaining 20% in terms of proof, liquid funds, right? So we can process this 80% and you can pay this 20% directly to the bank. You don't need to transfer it to us. We just need to see this is being looked after, because we also make sure that the Prodigy finance process is I-20 and visa ready, which covers for your year 1 of funding, and it can even cover the plan for year 2, because if you were doing a 2-year program, you can even mention how many funds you require for year 2, and that would be mentioned on your sanction letter as pre-approved funds.
So you just have to show them that you have the money. You actually not have to transfer it.
That's right. You will take care of that entire process yourself. And it does not need to exactly be money from you. It could be from a family, relative, or friend, as long as it's shown in liquid funds. Let's say if it is not from you, you'll probably just need to sign one document which says I so and so.
Right.
I'm submitting so and so. Just like a consent form.
Yeah, agreement.
Yeah, that does not
those people. Yeah,
absolutely. That does not make them a co-signer in any way.
Okay.
Just to understand the consent.
I think that is all the questions I have for you. I'm so glad we did this because this is gonna help so many students choose the right option for them.
That's right.
Do you have something to say?
Yeah.
Along with this.
Yeah. As a closure, I would just say that the Prodigy Finance process is super easy. It takes 20 minutes to understand your financial borrowing capacity, right? And I would recommend everyone to do that.
Right.
Get quotes for your dream school.
Right.
Compare it with other lenders and look into the concept called APR, which is annual percentage rate.
Right.
In a very short form, it's basically a comparison tool to compare offer 1 with offer 2. And always go with APR because it exposes all the additional fees towards a loan product. And that's it.
Awesome.
And all the very best.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Perfect.
Bye. Okay.
Just forgot to mention one thing, that I'm going to leave the link of Prodigy Finance in the description, and also the link of meetups, and also the 3 videos which I have made for loan. I think those will be useful. You can check it out and let me know what you think about it. Cheers.